Hey, what's up? I gotta ask you a question. I want you to be honest with yourself. How many of you guys actually floss? And how many of you guys actually floss twice per day? I'm assuming not all of you. And why is that? Well, probably because, let's be real, flossing is boring as fuck. But you understand that by not doing it, it will cause you health problems later on, and a professional will get you upset by reminding your lazy ass that you need to do it. Does that sound familiar? Yes, I'm talking about exercise too. Exercising and flossing are things that people avoid, but they need to be done in order to maintain a healthy lifestyle. And I'm not just talking about resistance training, run, jump rope, do yoga, do only stretching, focus on mobility, whatever it is. If you treat it as something that you absolutely need to do, you will benefit. There's some people who just don't want to exercise. They're in any way, not even walking or anything like that. They're just massive pussies. They say shit like, it's hard to keep it up. Missing a few days won't hurt. Of course, in their case, days become months and months become years. They say it doesn't fit into their schedule, that kind of bullshit. Not exercising has a compound effect, just like flossing. The same way that if you exercise over time, you just become better and better in basically every way physically. And if you floss and brush your teeth all the time, it has a compounding effect. Your oral hygiene just becomes better. The opposite is true. If you don't do these things, there's also a compound effect. For example, flossing. If you don't floss, your teeth could fall out. You'll get Alzheimer's because your gums are apparently linked to your brain. And for exercise, if you don't exercise, you'll need a walker and you'll die early and you'll get fat much more easily. Many people say that you need to love exercise to do it 2, 3 times a week. Yeah, it helps a lot, but you don't need to like anything. No one likes flossing, for example. Some people do, but so you need to treat exercise the same exact way. It's basically flossing. It's maintenance for your body. As in, this is something that you just need to do if you want your body to work at 100% on a daily basis. Now, what do you get if you do that? Like, oh man, I guess I'll treat exercise like flossing, but like, why? First of all, that's a dumb question. You know what you get, but you can live a longer life, of course, because you won't be causing any one of like a million issues that could be caused from not exercising or ending your life prematurely. You can save money by not paying for walkers, by not paying for wheelchairs, by not paying for hip surgery when you're older. In the same way for flossing, you get to avoid oral surgery as well. It's you save a lot of money. You can have a higher quality of life overall because your body isn't slowly deteriorating if you don't exercise. As a former fat boy with very middling teeth, at least back in the day, it won't surprise you to know that I used to not only not exercise, but not really floss that much. For flossing, I saw what could happen to some people's teeth when they got older, and I wanted to avoid that. And I also wanted to avoid the expensive surgeries that came with that. When I started flossing more, I noticed fewer and fewer problems during my dental visits. For exercising, I started because a friend showed me, or he told me, that he lost 90 pounds. And he showed me that it was possible for a normal person to do it. So once I knew that the only thing preventing me from achieving that goal was myself, I knew that I couldn't let myself down. Because me, I gotta look out for me, right? So I set very strict schedules because I knew this was possible and I wasn't about to be the weakest link of my own plan. So to this day, I still keep a schedule. Go three times a week. I exercise in some way, shape, or form. I exercise 3 times a week. Same thing for flossing as well. Do it in the morning after I wake up. Do it at night after I'm done eating. That's strict. It just does not change. So if you want to start a routine like this, which you should treat exercise like flossing. If you don't, you're dumb. Set a goal or a reverse goal. Think about what you really, really want or what you really, really don't want. For exercise, let's say you really want to lose weight. You really want to be able to do pull-ups, that kind of thing. That's a goal. A reverse goal, or as some call it an anti-vision, you can choose to set something as your anti-goal that you don't really want to suffer. I said, I really, really don't want to be super fat. I really don't want to need a walker when I'm 50 years old. I really don't want a hunchback. I really don't want all these things. That's very powerful as well. Use that. If your goal or your anti-goal, anti-vision, reverse goal, whatever, is powerful enough, then it's going to help you out a lot. Next, set a schedule for that. As I mentioned before, 3 times a week for me for exercise, twice a day for flossing, and set up backup plans for if things go wrong. This is really important because life doesn't always go the way that you want it. So you want to be flexible and be able to deal with things as they come up and still hit your goals. Speaking of which, there's some links in the description that aid with that as well. So check that out if you want to. And a very important thing as well, measure your progress or have someone else measure it, whether it's a person or an app or a machine, whatever, so that you can confirm the results in your habit changes. There is nothing worse than doing all this stuff and not noticing any kind of change. You need to have that external measurement so that you can see what has happened. Therefore, the progress can not only push you forward, but let you know that, yeah, what you're doing is good. So keep on doing it. Okay, that could be pictures, that could be measurements, that could be whatever, anything that shows you a difference that you've made because of this exercise. So just set these measurements. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. So set those measurements in place. And yeah, keep doing that shit. Honestly, like come back in 30 years and thank me. Like legitimately, like fucking comment on this video in 30 years and like keep up with this stuff, flossing, exercising, 30 years, you'll be so much fucking healthier. Because most people don't do this. And if you do, you'll be above them. So that's pretty cool. So do that. If you want to see more shit, subscribe. If not, bye.